Okay, so to continue setting up our local Drupal 6 installation, at this point I've already created my MySQL database with Navicat Lite, and I've also created a virtual host name for local name resolution. I develop on a Mac, so I have MAMP to set up my Apache server configuration fairly easily. If you're using Windows or LAMP server setup, you have to catch one of my other screencasts where I go into installing that in more detail. So here we are at my local installation that I've set up. Basically, my host name is Drupal 6 Testing. If you were to go to that website, it'll bring you right to this installation page. I don't know how to install Drupal in other languages, so we're going to continue in English. Here you have the database configuration page where you set up your database. We've already set up the database and we've given it the same name as our host name, so we're going to copy that and paste it in the database name. You can use MySQL or Postgres for your database type for Drupal 6. For Drupal 7 there will be more database types available. For this testing we've created a new user called Drupal for our MySQL database, and I have a password set up for him that you don't know. Below that we have advanced options. Here you would select for, say, a host like 1&1, which is a shared host. You have to select and put in the host name of your actual database, which they actually have theirs hosted on other servers rather than your local host. You can also specify a port for your database and add a database table prefix, which will allow you to store similar databases together. I'm not going to do any of that, so we're just going to zip up the advanced options and save and continue. At this point, Drupal's going to do a little bit on the back end here to initialize the site and give us our next configuration page. Here we have the availability to put a site name, which is actually required, and a site email address. This responds to new registrations, things of that nature. What we're going to do is keep the same site name, but just extend it a little bit with some spaces so it looks a little better. And we'll capitalize Drupal. And I have a admin email address set up on my local host, so I'm just going to use that. Down here you set up your administrator account. You can give your administrator account any name you want, but for this we're just going to give it admin. And we still use the same email address just because you can add a different email address if you want. If you want to set up a different, your Gmail account or something like that, you can put this in here now. You can change this later if you need to. Here you would set the admin password. Make sure to set this to something fairly unique that nobody else knows, or otherwise they will basically own your Drupal site. Here now Drupal has a little strength matching thing, and they will tell you if your password is fairly weak. Mine's medium, so we're pretty good to go. Down here we have more server settings where you would change your default time zone or enable clean URLs. If you don't know what clean URLs are, we have another screencast available that explains this, and if you're having trouble setting it up, we can help you set that up. Down here we have a new thing that's available in Drupal 6, which is update notifications. This notifies you if there's updates for modules and Drupal core. This used to be a module but is now available within Drupal 6 core. We're going to leave that checked because it's a very good thing. At this point we're ready to save and continue, and the rest of our site is going to be built out, and we've finished. As you can see, my Drupal 6 testing name is here at the top, and when we go to our new site we have the availability to start doing more things with our site. Please check out the next screencast for more on this continuing process.